Okay, so the question of this is to explain how to go about this number two, right? So the main aim is just that you have gone for observation on site, your tidal party survey, and for one reason or the other, you did not take your own tidal observation, and maybe you do it, but you did not take your tidal observation. So you now want to use your sounding, your chart datum's tidal prediction or tides to correct your batting. That's the aim of this thing. I feel like you need to understand the aim for you to know what, yeah, to understand what is being done, something like that. So for us to do that, we need to do our sounding, like our corrected sounding is going to be equals to these depths that we are given plus this. Right? That's the formula. But we cannot do that successfully for some reasons because number one, if you check your tidal data, you have something like this, which is still raw. Like you see that all these intermediate values that are currently in this one will not be there. So how do we fix that? So that's what like I'll try and explain as soon as I can. So control shift down mid. So that means there will be nothing here. Actually the formula is there, you can see V2 E2 yes. Uh, for installation sake, I printed everything. So the data already comes with like maybe a remark or something like that. Then I created added for tag here, then this and here, right? So the data comes like this. But this red, you see that I marked some places as red like this. And the reason is because the course question states that you assign like um, we assign that will clean up the outliers. Right. So there are different ways to have gone about this or to go about this. But this is just I'm just showing you like an approach that I feel like is fit for purpose. Right. So basically I have gone ahead to identify all the outliers, but I have not removed them. By outliers, I'm referring to both the ones that the values are extremely high, or maybe there's no value or no data cells. So this is the list of all the outliers that come with the data, inside the data. So it's going to be the same for everybody, because we are using the same data. It's just our reference type that is different, so our chart data that is different. So that being said, you can just look because you end up having to remove all of this, right? But that's not the intention of this. So you can just maybe take a screenshot from the video or something, this part of it, so that you can easily trace the place, identify it, and carry on with your work. Now to the main work, what we want to do is use this slider and this thing that we have. So me, I'm using this June case scenario, even though the data is for January. But if it's January, it's just going to be January 30th. No go for it, same concept. So let's see. So if you check this time frame right here, I have 03:35. That's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning. But this is 12 p.m. So that means my closest entry is this 3:41. So just search for 3:41. Use the control F. So, like it's easier to just do this. So they wrote their own in this way. So you have to convert this time frame to the way it's supposed to be. So that's 3:41. Then you find this 3:41. For the prior one that I did, this was where um the chart did a bit. So this is the error distribution. So chart 3:41, 3:41, 3:41, 3:41. 0.8 to inform them in the tide entry, you put 0.8. Abi? we are getting it. So the next one is 9:56. 9:56. Find let's say 9:56 p.m. So the price is 156. So you enter it again in 7. Right? Okay. So now I'll go to the next day. The next day is this. So that's 0.40 409. That's 409. That's 409, right? 0.4. Okay. Oh, so I have this thing that I try to color code for, for remembrance sake, so that I can always trace if there's an error. This was the old one. So if there's an error, I'll be able to find that easily or know where to correct. So it's not compulsory. So anyways, I had the next one is 11:03. Right? So let me just put this with 11:03, that's 1.6. So the next time frame is 419. I hope you are seeing that I'm typing for long with it. Oh. Okay, if you have the whole row is still selected to not work, so just select the particular 419 PM. I see, I like it. Okay. Alright. The year you put automatically. What's the last one? 419 is every 0.8. So the next time frame is 22:32. That's 11:30. I'm sorry, 10:32. 10:32 p.m. Can you see 10:32 p.m.? So 1.7. What else? Okay, I still have some more data to go. So the next time frame is 04. Sorry, 04 no 4:42. 4:42 and I'm still here. So what else? 4:42. Okay, that's 0.4. Right. What else? 11:37. So, 2.6. Right. Which other one? 1.6. So the next time frame is 4:57. 4:57. I hope you understand, John. Yes, 4:57. Aha, so observe. The 4:57 started from the end. So that means all the time frame has finished. Check. This 11:37 is the last one. When you scroll down, there is no they don't acquire data up to 4:57 p.m. that day. Right. So that means we are done with this result. So let me permit me to zoom out. Hopefully you can still see it. Yeah. So what we want to do now is interpolate for like intermediary values. So we can start from anywhere. Can start from here. So you draw it or till you see the next one. The number of rows will be 300 and something. Sha. So when you are ready to calculate something, you should start suspecting that you should see it through. Uh-huh. Easy. But I need to fix it. It's no longer correct. So let me fix it now. So, so you go to home. In this home, if your tab is already expanded, you don't have this to get it. I don't think I need this. So yeah. Go to home, go to fill, go to series. Okay, you know, let's try it again. Okay, can you see? It will automatically compute for the decay value, like what difference must be between them for them to maintain that boundary. So there are different ways to go about this again. Like I said, this is just what I find fit for purpose for this project. Right? If you are longer, then you maybe involve more codes or something. Anyways, control up, you take me, then control shift up, right? Control down, if you are elected, control up, you have not elected this one. Control shift up, fill, series, automatically it is calculated. Get it? Don't very please do not forget about it. Control off, control shift off. Again, please, series, control off, control shift off. So what I'm saying out is like shortcuts. For example, me select without scrolling. Control off, control shift off, right? Series, again, control off. By off, I'm referring to the arrow key for control shift off, series, right? Why is that one not clear? I forgot to highlight them. Off, now highlighted this one. Alright, save your work with control shift up. Together, yeah. Let's see, this is now the top of the document. Please. So how do we fix up these ones? So we still need our tidal functions to be here, right? So uh, let's start with the upper one. The lower one is easier, but let's start with the upper one. So if you recall, the closest boundary we have is this 341, which is this. But the upper boundary is 1030. But we started our own observation at 1201. So what you want to do is just, you can maybe practice it on the side cell first so that you know if you are writing the correct formula. So you write equals to, then maybe put the formula cell 1.6, the pyro tidal this thing, the one for the pyro one that you are not using, plus open a bracket, then open a bracket other bracket. You understand what? 0.8 where you are going to minus where you are coming from minus 1.6. This is what I mean. So if your own values are different, or the guidance of the time, just swap the values, right? Divided by, now you have to count how many minutes is in between this, right? So this should be 3 hours 41 minutes plus 2 hours 30 minutes. I mean, 1 hour 30 minutes. Because if you take us 1 hour 30 minutes, we get to 12. Yeah, from 12 to 3:41. That's 3 hours 41 minutes. Yeah. So uh, 3 times 60, right? Plus 41 minutes. 3 times 60 plus 41 minutes. That's the after 12. So plus 1 hour 30 minutes. That's 90. Okay, understand. Plus 90, right? Plus the extra 1 minute because it's not 12 p.m. but rather um, it is 12. Okay, sorry. It's like this. For now, we are still just calculating the time difference, the time lapse between this. So that's 1 hour 30 minutes plus 3 hours 41 minutes, which is what we are putting here. That's 3 1. So it's more or less correct. We're converting everything to minutes. So we're having a count of things. So now you now multiply that value. Just hey, so you now multiply that value by what I was trying to do. So now you multiply that value by what will be the number, total number that would have been exhausted by this 1201. So that would be 1 hour 30 minutes plus 1. That's what will be the time lapse, the minutes that have lapsed to get to this 1201. I hope you understand. So that's 91 minutes. So this is the value. This is the value that should be at this 1201 if you had interpolated it. So the next cell will be equals to the pyro cell minus, sorry, I should have copied the power of this code. So let me just copy that. Not wait for to see. Then you have to go to the formula bar. So equals to uh, this, the pyro cell minus what should be. So you don't need all this upper part. All you need is that part that you divided with bracket. Because what's inside this bracket Gogo, is what um is the decay value. So yes, right. So now we have to do just drag this down to where this one is. And if you are correct, by the time it's there, it should be tidy 0.8. So, so that means the mistake. Okay, so the issue now is that instead of it to be reducing, it is increasing. So what's the issue? Okay, so minus times minus, this is already negative. So it's giving us minus times minus. So there are two ways. Either you interchange this or you do this thing. Um, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, we used plus, so obviously this should have also been plus. But that's how to troubleshoot. So all the value has changed. Now when we scroll down, it needs to be corrected. So definitely something is wrong there. Oh, so I just changed this. I changed the sign of this one to plus. I've not changed for everything. So just repeat the dragging. I see 0.8 on dot. If you get it, don't get it, please do not forget about it. So now that you have confirmed that what you did is correct, you can now successfully maybe copy this one. But you don't just copy like that. Control A, you copy from the formula bar, Control A, Control C. Because if you try otherwise, it might be, it's not like it's impossible, but you might be having difficulties with the thing doing something, give you throwback, the sound. Can you see when I tried it? I was trying to do something else. Control C, escape, Control V. Right, it didn't go far. Value are equal. So now you can now drag successfully down. Hey, so much. Don't release your left keyboard. Yeah, can you see as aligned? Right. Hey, there's something now. Okay. So this cell was still referencing G2. That's why. So this should be F now. Because it's this one spiral cell. You guys get. So now let's change it. Oh, it's for accuracy sake. Let me return this. I just did Control Z, change this to F, right? So if your own this thing is different, you change it to so let me see. So now I can delete this place successfully delete. Let's see now it's work. Okay, So my reduced sounding. Okay, I'm not done with it. Let me go and do. Let's go and do the lower one. To do that, just con- control shift down. We control down. So this was where we stopped. So this cell own, that one will be to do the next day. I be the last day. Your own case, February February 1. My own case, July 2. Right? How to get it? Don't get. No. Anyways, so for the next one, all we have to do is equals for the last part that equals to. Then you can just reference this cell directly. Try not to make a mistake, sha. Or okay, let's change it. Let's just fix it up. No, let's leave it like this. Plus, maybe I stop. 11.7. Okay, 1.6. That's the 1.6 right there. 1.6, then open bracket twice again. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, yeah, twice. All right. So this one is the same concept actually. So we have 1137, 457. So calculate it again. That means I have uh, 4 hours, 37, 4 times 16 plus 57. Alright, yeah, come up. Plus 23. So the number of minutes in between is 320. Between these two times, 320. So now, I will have my where I did it before. Where I'm going to 0.8 minus where I'm coming from 1.6. Abi divided by the number of minutes in between 0.20. Gaskiya, and you see that the value is reducing, so definitely that means our hypothesis is correct. That's all. So if you want to confirm, you can just copy a time frame and then make sure that you extend this time up to this thing. But if I let me see, three how many minutes? 320. If I try to extend this up to 320, this should it's not going to show. But if you extend it up to 320 columns, the value you will get or you should get must be equal to 0.08. So that's all the project. Okay, now the last part, which is like the grand finale and the actual aim of the project, right? Is to say this reduced sound is equals to this your raw depth plus your tide. Then again, you can just double click on this place and you will try it. So let's just go through to confirm that everything work. Yep, it is work. So that's all. Good luck. So how you now present it to the man, how you whatever you want to do is absolutely up to you. Good luck.